Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to October and the traditions of October, like the World Series, going back to Standard Time, and of course the biggest holiday of October, Christmas, and all the arguing about whether the early rush gets in the way of the Halloween tradition of arguing about witchcraft. Well, Uncle Jay's news word for this week is a sad one: disillusion. It means disappointment, and I'm sure you know why people in Chicago are feeling this word right now. The Olympics, the world's oldest reality show, voted Chicago off the island for the year 2016. And so now, Rio de Janeiro has the honor of hosting the media-saturated armed camp of professional athletes posing as amateurs, competing for the glory of winning their golden product endorsements. Now, back in Chicago, some people are calling for an investigation to see if the Olympic Committee's decision may have been influenced by the merits. Anyway, don't confuse the Olympics, which is an ancient Greek event, with the ancient Roman event that has also been in the news. Well, there's also a lot of disillusion in October with politics, thanks to all those political ads. Different candidates and issues will either bring jobs or kill jobs, and they'll be paid for by things like citizens for families, jobs, and puppies, so don't follow the money. And another kind of disillusion happened last week on late-night TV. Late-night shows, boys and girls, are sort of like the daytime talk shows that you watch, except the late shows talk much less about sex. But last week, David Letterman did talk about it. We're not going to go into any detail. Let's just say that it did bring some to many of Dave's fans. And from now on, bringing back some of the guests that he's had on before could prove to be a little awkward. And now it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Wilson in the Woodlands, Texas. Hi, Wilson. Wilson writes, "Dear Uncle Jay, everybody on the news, even the president's advisors, disagree on what to do in Afghanistan. What do you think should happen next in Afghanistan?" Thanks, Wilson. This would be a good time to mention that there are some things in the news that Uncle Jay can't explain. Afghanistan is definitely one of those. Uncle Jay also cannot explain the recent terrible natural disasters, or why anybody spends 1 second thinking about this guy. But Wilson, you still should keep up with the news from several different sources, even some that you don't like or trust, because nobody really understands everything. They just pretend they do. That's the #1 grown-up secret, so keep that to yourself. Don't forget, you can see more at www.unclejexplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a great kid is great news.